Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call to order the Economic Development Planning Committee. Thank you all for coming. Do we have any discussion from anybody? I believe that actually Mr. Beniak would like to have a conversation about the MAX bus service.
Yes, I would. I met with the seniors group last Thursday, and one of the main complaints they had was they didn't know the schedule for the MAX bus, and they see it quite a bit, and there's nobody in it. And they said they would use it if they knew what the schedule was and where the pickup places are. So I'm not quite sure how that works. You know, my thinking was that maybe it could be posted once a week in the paper on where the pickups are, or go to like certain senior communities. Like the Tridesdale seniors, they meet at Sacred Heart Church, so if they can go there and pick them up or drop them off or things like that. So, but yes.
Well, I actually just asked about this within the last week or two, and I heard, because it was a cause for concern years ago, and I thought a lot more work riding on it. Is there any numbers that we have? And I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
I think that this is
I'm not sure what the numbers are, but I think if we make the scheduling, and I'm sure we can work with Matt and Ken, make it more public, you know, maybe put it in the local papers and...
So, the way my understanding is that we get the funds from the Fed, and is there a little bit from the state, or is there not?
It's mostly Fed.
Mostly Fed, and it all goes right out to Brown's Transportation?
We contract the service.
Yeah, so, because I sat on one of the committees at, one of the OFA committees, and we've been discussing trying to find a transportation service that would help the elderly go out for medical visits and things like that, because transportation, especially at the western end, is an issue. And we have been working on trying to find a contractor to help with that. And Brown's Transportation was one of those that was brought up at our meeting.
Okay, and I guess would that also be in the contract and how they publicize it, or you know, how do you know where the pickups are?
There is.
economic development.
Yeah. And I believe online, isn't there a MAX bus?
Well, that seems to be a little bit tough to get to, I guess, so...
Or does Office for the Aging, have they collaborated with, or does the county executive have any information?
Well, we also do the newsletter, the lifespan, the OFA puts out. And if they were to get the information, they could put it right in their lifespan newsletter.
So maybe we can get the OFA to coordinate with economic development to try to see what the schedule is, publish it, and make it more user-friendly for the elderly and others, obviously. I'd like to see it utilized more.
The Inman Center, all of them, they would.
Yeah, just a couple things on the issue of transportation, because when I go to these places, they hear the same thing. One of the issues with MAX is a lot of times those stops are essential pickups, and the seniors have problems getting to those pickups. But we can definitely make a better effort to get the word out about what the schedule is, and we can talk about that out there. Just a couple of things I want to bring up related to transportation if we're on the topic. We did pay to do a transportation study with the two counties. That was RFP'd. Those bids have been opened. There were 2 responses. They're being evaluated, and a vendor's going to be selected very shortly. That's going to look at essentially how can we utilize, whether it be a wholly private system, which we have in the county right now for the most part, besides the city of Amsterdam, a private-public partnership, or even a private-public partnership along with nonprofits. Some other counties have engaged their Liberties or ARCs and have worked that into a larger transportation system. So that work is ongoing. Just recently at the Congressman Montgomery County 2020, we had CDTA come in, and he actually sent over a PowerPoint of a county that has done that, which I can share with everyone. But unfortunately, transportation is one of those issues that is just really, really challenging and expensive. But I think the little things we could do, whether it be better publicizing the lists or stuff like that, is certainly something we can do, so I'll make sure we get right on that.
Okay, thank you.
Probably be difficult for the max, I mean, in relationship to what Martin was saying. The max goes to these certain stops at a certain time. To try to schedule a medical appointment around that would probably be difficult if they're using the max. But I think that if we're being proactive in, first of all, putting the schedule out, and now if there's a place like the Tribes Hill Senior Center that knows they would be having some people that would be interested, we go to Browns and we say, hey, is there any way you could loop around there? Understanding the seniors would understand that it's not going to be very difficult to be medical appointments.
Right.
One last thing, what I've heard, I'm sorry, Joe, one thing I've heard from the seniors is that really in the senior groups is that the biggest challenge is the just really simple, we all take it for granted trip to get your prescriptions and your groceries. And that's really a big challenge.
So we need to get everybody together, have some discussions, and get it done. Mr. Isabel.
When I was back in the city years ago, we operated a bus system, which they still do. Originally, it was a route system. It's changed into more of a pickup system now. We consistently lost $200,000 to $300,000 a year with that system. Be careful with buses.
Right.
I think it would be beneficial if the board was interested to have Brown come in, and they're the experts. They've been doing this. That would have them come in and do a short presentation. I think would be very beneficial to your members. And
Okay.
I think just very.
I'll schedule that.
Thank you. Anything else? Okay, we have two resolutions tonight and an add-on. First resolution is a resolution approving the terms and conditions of a certain pilot agreement to be entered into between Montgomery County Industrial Development Agency and Dollar General Corporation in connection with the Dollar General Corporation project. We have a sponsor, Mr. Isabel, Mr. Quackenbush. What are your wishes? Move it to full board? Full board. Thank you. The second resolution is a resolution adopting introductory law G, local law 3 of 2016, a local law establishing a payment in lieu of taxes or pilot schedule for the taxation of solar and wind energy systems. Can I have a sponsor? Mr. Quackenbush?
I'll second.
Mr. Beaniak, second. Wishes to move to, you have a question?
So I see that we included wind energy. How come geothermal and things like that aren't included?
It's not allowable under the exemption under 487 of real property law, which is what allows for the pilot program. It only extends to solar and wind. I believe it also allows for farming methane, but my understanding was that was not something the board wished to pursue.
I think also the units that you produce with wind and solar are more production level than geothermal. I'm not sure of that, but that's a guess. Okay. Any other discussion? Wishes to the full board? Thank you. The last is an add-on, and there was a resignation on the planning board in District 9, and I'd like to add Jeffrey W. Kreisel of 1221 Midline Road, Amsterdam, New York, 12010, to the district.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? Move it to full board? Okay, thank you. Any other discussion? Thank you.
Make a motion.
To adjourn? Thank you. Mr. Beaniak, second. Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.